Good morning, welcome back to Life of Dave. Tuesday the 25th of April, we're back down the boat. Right, so I was running a bit low on resin. I've got enough left, but not loads. I'm probably down to about my last litre or so. So I don't want to run out. So I just nipped down the old fiberglass shop and picked up a few bits. New stirrer, so when I'm doing my gel coat, I've got something to stir it with. So I'll mix it up rather than using my screwdriver. Some tongue spreaders for mixing my filler and bits and pieces with. We've got some more met. So the MEKP. That's catalyst for the resin and everything else that I'm using because I'm using poly products. So we've got some more top coat, which is gel coat with wax. So I do another one which is gel coat without wax. So if I wanted to do multiple coats, I'd use the one without wax, paint it all with that first. Let that cure, which what it'll mean is it'll cure but it won't fully set. It'll stay tacky, so you know you can feel it sticky still. That means you can stick another coat over the top without having to sand it and de-wax it and all the rest of it. I've just gone with a top coat for what I'm doing. It covers this fine. I don't think I'm going to need two coats on it. If I do, I'm going to have to sand, de-wax and reapply. But I'm hoping I'll only need one coat. I don't really want to be having to do two coats. If it looks like I might need two coats, then I'll do that at the final stage. You know, when I'm ready to paint the whole boat inside, I'll give it a coat round with that, let it all dry for a week or so, come back, and then I'll do it again with a top coat. But I'm going to do the whole top in white, probably down to here or so, or just under the covers, and then the bottom half will be grey, you know, or flip, not half white, half grey. We'll see, but I'll probably paint it all white first and then go over with grey. Yeah. That's another story anyway. We'll get to there when we get to there. I'll make a decision. But the top half's going to be white. It reflects the light when I've got the lights on and all the rest of it as well. So we've got some more sandpaper, got some spreaders and scrapers and stuff for sanding. We've got some more resin so we don't run out of resin. And we've got some more top coat, gel coat to coat everything with when we're done with the glassing as well. Because I'm down to my last little bit of that. There's literally, we've only got a tiny bit of that left. And when I'm doing this work, I either want to fair it and sand that and then gel coat it, or I want to finish the glassing and gel coat it. So either way, I'm going to use that. I want to do this whole side and get that done and gel coated so that when I put the lockers in the back side of it, it's all done and smooth and finished, bar the areas, excuse me, edit, bar the areas where I tab in the glass. So the rest of it will look nice inside without having to do too much work. Right, so today. Okay, so today what we've got is what I put on last week. I went all the way around the edge of the window frame there with some fairing compound. So what we've got to do now, see that's nice, it's hard but it's sort of flexible. You know, it snaps, but it's got like a softy movement to it. Right, so last time down, it's really hard to see because the light coming through the windows. But we faired all this up around the windows. So that's all the way round. I've not done, let me see that. See, it's hard set, but it stays flexible. To a point. It's got a bit of movement in it, so it should flex with the boat and not crack, hopefully. And that's what I used to bond the wood in and everything when I'd done the coring on the deck. So what we've got to do today is get this sanded down, see what it looks like. Hoover out the cracks in here, get some spread around the inside of the windows. Yeah, so then we can flatten that off and get that sanded. So that's pretty much done then. There's a couple of little bits up here, little niggly bits that need to be fillered. They're like tiny little pinholes. There they are, look. So they do sharp on camera. So the gel coat will go over them, but you might see a couple of little pits in it, and I don't want that. You know, I think, you know, the better your preparation, the better a finish you'll get. A couple more there. You know, there's a few little pinholes in that filler. Some of them I fillered last week. That's fillered, but there's still a low spot there. So I can still see, although that filler went into that hole, it didn't completely fill it. So that needs a little bit more. So we'll give this all a sand over, whiz over that with a sander, and then we'll have a look and see how it's going, if it needs any more. I am, however, nearly out of the polyfair, and I can't get any more. Catalyst out of the way. So I've had a look, and they're out of stock. So I've had to leave a message saying, you know, notify me when it's back in stock. And it's still not in stock yet. So I'm using the Polyfair F26, you know, and I can't get in it. I can't get any. So this is a polyester-based fairing compound. You know, so it's compatible with everything that I'm doing. The only other one that they have got is, it's a different number. It's like an F24 or F28. It was a different number, but looking at it, it's not polyester, it's vinyl ester. Now I believe that is still compatible with polyester. I'm not 100%, so I don't want to use it in case, you know. But it's also like over double the price, or nearly double the price. You know, it's expensive for what I'm doing. Old boat, it's just not worth that sort of money. You know, if I've got to spend that sort of money on it, it's going to cost a flaming fortune for fairing the whole boat inside. You know, it's just not worth it. You know, I want to make this look nice, but I don't want to be spending hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of pounds, you know, to do it. Well, I already have, but you know what I mean. I don't want to triple the cost of what it should be. Right, anyway, that's enough waffle. I've got to get the sander out and crack on with this. So I've had a bit of a tidy up. I've cleared up some of the dust off the floor before I make any more. I was swimming in it, you know, just dust everywhere. It's too much. Just to stop it from getting stirred up, I've had a little sweep up and a hoover around, cleared up a little bit. Now I'm going to make a bit more mess and then clean that up. Oh, it's got the edge of the window pretty well. There's a few little bits still need redoing, but I haven't faired all of it. Now I only went round the window. All this still needs to be covered and done again, so I've got to sand this back before I can put anything else on it. I haven't got enough fairing compound to finish what I want to do. I can't really get on with it and finish this until I get some more of that, unless I build it all up with a bonding paste. So I've got to fair some of that up with a bonding paste. Not going to be too bad, but there's a smear in there, a little bit along the edge, and I've got to go around inside the windows to seal that off. I need to hoover out, and that's it. So nearly there on this side. A couple of little bits need filling still. Lost the edge there. Yeah, we're nearly there. I haven't got to get this perfect because I'm going to go smear some more over it. This was just a build up to initially fill it, to get rid of all the ripples around the edge of the window. I knew I weren't going to get it in one coat. I just wanted to get a build on there Now I've got to knock it back before I can put any more on. That's the only downside. More sanding. But it's not too bad, it ain't taking too long. Okay, welcome back. So, turn the camera off, just give that a bit of a sanding. I've got to fair it all again now, so I've just hoovered it off. Got all the dust out of the little cracks and creases in there. And the glass come away there. I'm not going to sand that right out. I'm going to fill that little gap there. It's just to tidy up the edge of the window so it looks visually appealing. Get this all toned up, and then I've just got to mix up some more fairing compound to go over it. There's a couple of little pinholes there, and the rest of it just needs fairing because this is glass finish. I put a bit of gel coat on it to lose some of the roughness, so when I sanded it, it smoothed out without taking all the glass off, but it's still pretty rough. It needs fairing. I'm going to have to use my bonding paste because I haven't got enough fairing compound to do. Right, so I'm going to mix up a bit of bonding paste to do around the edge of the windows because I want that a harder finish, if you know what I mean. And then I'm going to mix up the fairing compound, what I've got left, to do the rest of it. And I'll just try and get one bit done. I'll do what I can, you know, work my way over from one side to the other, doing what I can until it's gone, really. I've not got a lot left, like I say, so I can only do what I can do until I can get some more. I don't know when that will be, no idea. So if I can get done round the front windows and get that finished, get this sanded, and I'll see from there. Better. Still a couple of little low spots, so yep, he's going over. I could probably paint that up with gel coat, that'll look absolutely fine. I'm being overly fussy, you know. I want it how I want it, and I won't be happy if it's not done right. I'm the type of person, I'll always look at that and think, oh, if only I'd have done that bit better. And it'll annoy me to look at it, you know. I know it still ain't going to be perfect. I can't do perfect. I am not a boat builder. You know, I haven't got the years of experience. You know, the training and all of that goes with it. I'm only taught myself. I'm quite pleased with what I've learned how to do, to be honest. But yeah, I mean, it's never going to be. You know, I'm never going to be building something like the QE2, am I? You know what I mean? It's, I'm not going to be a master boat builder at this stage in my life. I'd like to do a bit of boat building or something, you know. Learn how to do some other stuff, but Ain't no one going to pay me a good wage to learn, unfortunately. Too old for that sort of now. So I can only go around the edge of this. I can't cover all of it because I can't do what I want because I need the windows out basically. So I need to take the window out and remove all the silicone. I can't remove all the silicone at the moment because I'm going to let water in the boat. So I've removed it back as far as I can so I can get this edge sorted. At least then when I take the windows out, I've only got to sort the outside edge and just run a sand around it. I can sheet it off or something with some polythene. Run the sand around, trim it all up, make it look nice. Hoover out all the dust, then remove the polythene so I don't fill the boat up with dust again. That's my plan anyway. Hopefully that will work. Be careful not to acetone your own windows when you're doing your project. You don't want to get resin and acetone all over and mask them off or take them out. These windows are pretty much naked. Actually, that acetone don't really hurt them too much. Look, I wouldn't want to do it on my brand new windows, but the sander certainly mucks them up. I just want to fill the edge lip where the glass that I've just put on meets the glass of the boat. What I want to do is fill the whole lip and sand it flush, but like I say, I can't do that until I remove the windows. That'll be a job in the summer. When I've done all the inside and I'll start on the outside, I'll get that done. I've got a fair under here again because I wrapped that glass round. The only problem I've got is if I mix fairing compounds, they're different hardnesses. So if I start fairing with this and then I'll mix the fairing with that or vice versa, as you're sanding, you'll sand one away quicker than the other and you could end up with low spots or high spots or whatever, you know, sanding away one more than the other because you're sanding two different hardnesses at the same time. That's not really ideal. Probably should have bought some more spreaders while I was down the shop actually. Think of that. Buy some more blades. I've got some somewhere. I can't for the life of me remember where I put them. So this one just broke this morning. Open this up, we'll see how much we've got left. It ain't a lot. Yeah, we've got a bit, but not a lot at all. I've got a couple of choices. I can use that. I can use my bonding paste. Or I can mix up some resin and powder. I've got some, I think it's UTH powder, which has got that fire retardant in it as well. So to start off, I want a bit of bonding paste. Chances are this ain't going to go off enough for me to sand. It'll stay quite sticky for a while. So I could well be doing this and then leaving it till next time to sand it. We'll see. I'll have me spread a bit. So to avoid double dipping me spreader, I bought one just to leave in me filler. But I bought some tongue spreaders now so I can use them instead. The biggest issue you've got with this stuff is you go, okay, grab a rag, wipe that off. Because that ain't catalysed, that never dries, it just stays wet, you know, everywhere. You get it anywhere and you've got sticky spots all over the place. You can see this spreader's absolutely no good for getting anything level. But for the end I want, that's fine. Just to get it up there and spread it out. It serves two purposes. I use the spreader that was standing in there. I'll get it covered in catalyst. And that will set off what's on there. Same as that, tongue spreader.
I'll scrape it all off, mix it all up and make sure it's all thoroughly mixed. So I've got catalysed product over all of it. Then I can clean it off easier. And also when you put things down, they don't go sticking to everything, leaving wet product all over the place. You know, you stick it down, you get it on your hands, it ends up on your tools, on all your rags, little bits around your boat, you lean on it, it's still sticky. So what's that? It's because you've catalysed, you've whacked something on a rag or something that ain't catalysed, and it don't set up. Same as when you're doing silicone work, isn't it? You know, you always whack a bit of that up your elbow, and you turn around, it's all round, all over the place. Yeah. Now what I've got to do is get that on around the window into these little holes. That I want to push that into there. I'm not looking for a massive build up, you know, I'm just looking to fill the gap down the back. Like little cheese holes. Every bit's fine. Wipe it off. Right, so this needs fairing up everywhere. It's no good at all. It's not finished. So I've got a little bit of build up from last week's filling, but not enough. What it enabled me to do was, yeah, not set it up in too thick a layer, yeah, so that I can see where it's low still and where I need more, where I need to sand it off, you know. So this is going on quite thin really, you know, it's just to cover the glass and fill any little imperfections. I'm not trying to get a massive build up. Obviously I'm going to slap it on quite thick and then scrape it off. Just trying to get it up there to start with. Get a coverage and then work it. Mind you're not sitting directly underneath it. I have got a little gap there. I'd rather have a little bit too much to sand off than have to keep going over and over and over and over it. That's the last bit. This is pretty good, top and bottom, it's just a bit in the middle. I'm going to slap the last of this underneath there to finish that. A little bit on there, wasn't there? Tiny, tiny, tiny. I'm trying to get the filler pretty much to shape, you know, with the spreader rather than having to sand too much. Seriously thin scrape coat really over this bit. Pop it on, scrape it off job there. So pretty much everything I sanded this morning, I've just got to cover with filler again. And like I say, that was to give it an initial build. I know I wouldn't get it in one coat, so it is what it is. I'll do a radius with a flat edge. I'll put this underneath when I mix up some more. Don't matter. Work that into the pinholes. A bit of coverage. Nothing massive, I don't want a thick layer. Just enough to cover the holes and then sand it off later. Always make sure your face ain't directly underneath what you're doing. Right, so we're one window done. Starting to go a little tacky there. Right, there we go. So we've got a bit more there to mix up now. Get this on. I'm going for a cup of coffee. I don't want to mix up too much. I don't think I need quite as much as I did for this side. There's less to fill on that side, so I've still got to go down, so I've still got to do underneath. If I mix up a little bit too much, I should be able to find somewhere to use it.